Okay, so we are back this morning for a wonderful episode of Keeping Up with You Weebles. So,
Black American wife,
and
Igbo Nigerian husband.
Igbo man.
The Igbo man.
So, today is the third day of January in 2025.
Happy New Year to those who celebrate.
And it's actually our first day of coming up here together, like, on a video. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we hope you guys enjoyed your crossover 2024 to 2025.
Ours was good. Had a lot of rituals done prior to the 1st of January.
Yeah.
Again, even though we know that this is not technically the new year, but since it was new moon,
Yeah, it started
it
with
was
a new moon. Yeah.
on the 31st.
Yeah.
We decided to do some new moon rituals, not just because of the 1st, but also with all the energy of foreign people that celebrate the 1st.
Actually, yes, of course.
We also went down to the lake.
Yes,
and did some rituals at the lake to appease the water goddesses. For those that know what we're talking about, maybe we'll do a video on that sometime later and in the future. But for now, we're here to say Happy New Year to everybody and also introduce ourselves for our first video and talk about our experience of marriage with Black American
intercultural
marriage. Yeah,
yes.
Let's say it like that.
Yeah.
Indigenous of America and Igbo from Nigeria.
Yes. Okay, still on the balls of the new year. For those of you guys who went out to do the crossover, how did you escape the shootings? How was it in your area? Can you guys tell us? Yeah.
It is as it always is, I'm sure. You hear the shooting around you. If you're not a part of the shooting, you don't see the shooting, but you hear it.
But it can be scary. I think so.
I think for someone that's not used to it, it can be scary. It can be.
I remember those days in the village, when they are shooting, knockouts. We call them knockouts in Nigeria. We call them knockouts. It would have boom, 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 boom. Everybody will run. And for people like me who is not used to sounds of gun and all that, I can honestly I run away. I run away. So come to now see that those things we use knockouts to do. Some people take it to the next level and even now use gun, man. Nah. So I wasn't buying that. I just did my own. We just did our own in the house.
Yeah. So
yes.
One thing that I wanted to share is I know there's a lot of women out there that either are in a relationship with someone that's not from where they're from, or someone that is planning on or interested in getting into a relationship with someone that's not where they're from. The first thing I wanted to share was be open-minded and know that there will be some cultural differences. You have to be very, very patient. There will be some misunderstandings based on the cultural differences, but it is absolutely possible. Me and my husband have been together for 8 years now.
Yeah, I think so.
And we're happy, happily married. And we just wanted to share with you guys that it's definitely doable. It's possible, but you definitely have to have an open mind.
Yeah, you have to put some work into it.
You definitely. It takes a lot of work.
By magic.
It takes a lot of work, just like any other marriage. And one thing that I wanted to stress to my American women is that, or women from all over, don't get so caught up in, does he want paper or he want paper? Does he want to?
Exactly.
Don't get caught up in that, because at the end of the day, what you're giving you also are receiving. And that's what marriage is about. You give, you receive. So even though, yes, from the process, if he's not a citizen, he will gain his papers, yes, but don't get wrapped up in that, because you will also gain a lot in return in your marriage together. And it also, like, if you're so focused on does he want paper, so does he want paper, that's so much negative energy that you're putting out into the relationship, and it doesn't give the relationship an opportunity to fully have a solid foundation and grow.
Yes,
Treat it as you would any other relationship. Just get to know one another, have fun, remove all those negative thoughts and negative communications that you may have or have gotten from other people.
Preconceived
notions about what the guy intentions are. Put that behind you. You know red flags when you see them. But don't get so wrapped up and caught up in the whole, he just want paper, because it's not always about that. A lot of them, marriage is a part of their culture. So when they speak of marriage to you, it's not because they want paper. It's because in their culture, there's nothing like girlfriend and boyfriend. If you're dating someone, you're with that person because you want to marry that person.
Because you're expecting that it can lead to somewhere.
Exactly.
You understand? So
they don't introduce any woman to their family.
No, you can't just go and introduce a girlfriend or a boyfriend to your parents. The only thing we introduce to our parents are our spouses, or
potential spouses.
Would be spouses, So, one thing that people get wrong, when they are starting these interracial or intercultural relationships or international relationships, is a preconceived notion of what the person's intentions are, So one true thing is that when two people are going out or when two people are starting a relationship, always understand that both of you will gain something from each other. So I came across this video on the internet some time ago. One white lady, she was saying that, I have been scammed. So she was crying. She was crying so hard. She said that that was the second time that she was being scammed by a Nigerian. So, but that she was still so in love with Nigerians, that even though that she's been scammed 2 times, that she still love Nigerian men, and that she still want to, get one that will actually see her for what she wants. And then she said that that people are telling her that these people are only after papers or what they can get. So she said that yes, that the second one that they was not scam. Actually, the second one, after the guy got paper, within a month or 2, they started they parted ways. So that she's happy because those few years that the time between the guy meeting her and the guy getting paper was the best 2 years or the best 3 years of her life. And that the guy got his paper, she herself got happiness, plenty of happiness. So what am I trying to say in essence? What I'm trying to say in essence is that, it's always a give and take.
Yeah.
It's always a give and take. And sometimes you meet people whose intentions are just to, let me just, date this person, see if we'll marry, if they help me get paper and run away. Now, on the process of you guys being together, the energy you give in will make that person like, oh, man, this person is a good person. I can't do this person bad.
Exactly.
Because of the energy you give them. You understand? One thing that women have to understand
It's a give and take, and it's also of you get what you give.
what you give, you know. So
because that's the law of the nature. It's
of
karma.
course, of course.
So if you're in that relationship, marriage, or whatever it is, and you're putting out a lot of positive energy, you're working hard to make it work. You're working hard to make him happy, you know, and he's working hard to make you happy, of course. I'm not just making it a one-way street.
Of course.
You guys are both working hard to make each other happy. Then that's that give and take. That's that giving positivity into like intentions and the energy that you give off in everything, whether it's a foreign guy that you're dating or even a guy that's where you're from. It's still the same thing. It's what are you giving off?
Exactly.
You know, are you giving off a positive energy? Are you always negative? Are you always bickering? Are you always nagging? Or are you excited and happy for the new the journey that you and this person are on and the possibility of success at the end? That is what you want to focus on.
So, you know, so that's the thing, you know. She hit the nail on the head there, because it's a give and take stuff, you know. It's not something that you know, you get into a relationship and then you are already many women or many guys or many people, you know, like when they wanted to start something new with somebody, they will begin to, you know, like you begin to test, you begin to quiz and this and that.
No.
You are trying to dig out something.
No.
There is one adage in my place that says there is no how you wash the wrapper of an old woman without seeing some shit inside it. You understand? So that thing you are looking for, when you find it, you yourself will be the one that will suffer.
That's the same thing my mom would say on this side, you know. Women from back in the olden days, they never go through their husband's cell phone. They never go through his wallet or any of those things. My mom would say, when you're looking for something, you're surely to find it. That is what my mom would say. So it's the same adage in his place. You know, their sayings and our sayings, I'm finding they are a lot similar to each other, which continuously make me question, you know, am I Igbo? But that's a topic for a whole nother day. But yeah.
So that is the thing, you know. So I encourage you people to like this international relationships, intercultural relationships. It can work and it can be beautiful.
It can work and it can be beautiful. So beautiful.
You know.
And let me just say that for those women that's watching this video, I assume that you are ready for marriage or ready for a relationship, because that's where it starts. You have to be, you know, you as a person have to be ready, because in that readiness, you have decided a lot of things. You have decided that I'm ready for marriage, that I'm ready to share my life with someone. Also, that you're ready to have a man be the head of the house.
Of course, that's important.
Very important.
That's really, really important.
That you're ready to respect a man as a man. Also very important.
Very important. Yeah.
And that you're ready to be a woman who is, I don't want to say submissive, because that's
a woman.
That's a negative.
A woman who is a woman.
A woman who allows a man to be the man that he was born to be. I would say it like that. I love my husband, and the things that make my husband happy, I do. And vice versa. I can only be able to do those things because of the way he is with me. I know that when my husband makes decisions, I don't have to worry about if it's selfishly made. I know my husband have thought out that decision very well, and he know that it won't hurt us as a family. It's not a selfish thought where he's going to make this decision based on how he's going to benefit from it. It's not like that. And so because I have that kind of trust, and he's earned that kind of trust, he is the head of the house. I don't have any problem submitting to him. Let me take that back, because I know women are gonna come for me if
The
I say submit.
the thing is, let me come in here now. So, truth is truth. Truth is truth. White is white. Black is black. Truth is absolute.
Women, y'all can't try to
when
be a man when y'all have a man. It's just
something
not
is
possible.
when something is round, it is round. If it's block form, it's block form. Now, what am I trying to say in essence? When it comes to characteristics, or when it comes to responsibilities, you understand, we all have very, very wonderful and important responsibilities in this human to human relationship, right? And if you don't want to accept your responsibility, you become the one that will suffer. You understand? Many men don't want to accept their responsibilities fully. You understand? And then they end up suffering. Same thing goes to women. You understand?
You have so many women, unfortunately, that have to play both roles, a man and a woman. And she's suffering.
She's suffering herself.
She may not know that she's suffering. But if you have to be two people and one person, that's a lot of responsibility, a lot of choices and decisions that have to be made based on just you. But it's peaceful, and you have peace within when you have that shared responsibility. You really do.
Everybody being what they have to be. You understand? For instance,
if I take off a day off of work, I don't worry where the money's coming from.
You understand?
Because I know my partner is going to take care of that.
Everything will be running smoothly when people take their responsibilities.
Yes.
You understand? Back in the days, they used to say there is this understanding that back in the days, African ancestors, African women were submissive because they were only housewives. They didn't do shit. Let me tell you, people,
it's easier that way, but
it is not true.
It's easier.
They were not housewives, as you people think. They were not actually housewives. Our women were skilled women, industrious women, and they were very skilled, industrious, and they did exploits in trade and handiwork. I'm telling you. Now, when we have our girl child in the villages, when we have our girl children, now it is incumbent on the mother to raise that girl child to be able to be a helper to a man. Be a helper to a man. The mother will teach her the craft that she know how to do. So every woman in our place always have craft, either making clothes, like there is the clothing we call akwete. These are village clothings wrapper, different kinds of decorations, beads, all those things, women make it. You understand?
The same way here, we have some of our aunties and our grandmas who sold clothes. They were seamstress.
Now, they have these, some make baskets, some make a lot of things. Now, those things, as they make it, the husband will help them to set up a place for customers to actually be able to come and patronize them. That is number one. That is one. Number two is the woman, in our farming system, we have a crop that is particularly for women, which is ede, or yucca root or something. Ede, it's women. Yam is men, right? Now,
yucca is cassava.
So women then were not housewives. They were not housewives. They were not.
They were wives that stayed home and they did domestic chores, but they also had their own crafts where they made money from.
They had their contributions. They were very independent. They were very, very independent. You understand? And that was the reason why then they had women associations in the villages. They had women associations where they discuss women affairs. They are part of the governing of the village, when a child is to be married, the men discuss the marital rights, right? In the marital rights, women have their own part of the marital rights. You know, when they are discussing on development of the village, women are a very, very big factor in that. So what am I trying to come into? What I'm trying to explain is that women, like media nowadays, have painted the women of those years bygone as, you know, like this reason why they are submissive is because of this, is because of that, of that and that. So that is not true. That is not true. Now, our women this day is even becoming less self-reliant like those ones in those days. You see, now today, the only thing that a woman see as the only thing that she can use to fend for herself is her body. Those days it was not like that. Those days it was their craft. It was the things that they can do. Before a woman will be married off by their family into another man's house, she will have a craft. She will have a craft that she will use to be able to help the family, and also she will be able to also train her kids on that.
Before we go too far into culture, something that was coming to mind right now was a topic that me and you were having one day. It was about women being emotional and men being more logical,
yes.
And why women are to make some decisions and men are solely the one that makes the decisions for the family, because those decisions are not based on emotions. They're based off of logical and practical reasoning of a man. Versus an emotional response or decision making of a woman. I know that to be true. I'm a very emotional person. Women in general, I think, and this is what I think, they're emotional. We have hormones that is
fluctuates through the month.
Yeah, that changes throughout the month, and a lot of our decision making is based on emotions. That's why it's important to have a strong man, you know, by your side to make decisions when you're unable to, or to make decisions and be the head of the house as his position in the house. You know, so I just wanted to point that out too when we're talking about,
how, the responsibilities,
in
because
the house.
it all boils down to responsibilities. And what she said is true.
Seriously,
what she said is true. The things that make us humans, are different. Like that, I'm a man is not just because of what I have under my two legs. You understand?
In between your two legs.
So in between
if
my
it's
two legs.
If it's underneath your two legs, it is under your feet.
So in between my two legs, that's not the reason why I'm a man. I'm not just a man because I don't have big breasts. I'm a man because of other hormones, other cellular, functions of my being as a man, and those cellular functions affect the way I reason.
It does. Even if you look at nature, you look at lions and tigers, how the lions have a job. The lions and the lioness, they have different jobs and responsibilities. Even in nature, so if you're going against nature, then that explains a lot. It explains a lot of why we are in the condition that we're in relationships, and women that are not in relationships, not the ones who choose not to be in relationships, but the ones that may be having difficulties in trying to date and actually have a solid relationship.
Exactly. Women are great managers. Women are great managers.
We're great in organizing and things like that.
Great homemakers.
Yes.
You understand? So they build their home.
And you should
a man
be
builds the
proud.
house.
You
A
should
man
be
builds the
proud
house.
of
You
your.
understand? They are the governors of the house, like the managers of the house. Why? Because of their nurturing ability. Because of their nurturing ability, and that was the reason why God gave them that assignment. That is the reason why they have the assignment to actually like create humans.
Women
We
are
don't have the ability.
homemakers.
We don't have the ability to create
Women
humans.
are
The only thing we
homemakers,
drop is
definitely.
we just drop some light balls of sperm of cells. Just that cell that we drop in is just some light balls. They have the egg, and when you drop that light ball, they create something from that light bulb. So 70% of a human being is made from a woman. Is made by a woman. Man is only 30%.
There's a lot that goes on.
And that explains a lot. Now, for you to be that kind of a deity, because to us women are deities, for you to be that kind of a deity, it requires a certain degree of emotion.
Nurturing.
Emotion. Now, for us, we don't men. That's why they say that men are attracted by eyes. Reality,
What they see.
like what they see, what is going on at that moment. What is going on at that moment. Women don't really sometimes focus on what they see at that moment.
Tomorrow,
You
the
understand?
next day, the next month, the next year.
So the men operate with what in my tribe we call Ikenga. Power, the willpower, the force. You understand? Why women operate on strength, and logically, strength is more powerful than power. But in some aspects, you understand, power can do things that strength cannot do. What does strength allow you to do?
The funny thing about this is that I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of women especially, they don't even we have been trained to think that men have strength.
We don't have strength.
But women don't realize that
They
in
are the
order
ones
for
that
you
have strength.
to go through labor
It's
and
strength.
bear a
It's
child,
strength.
it is strength that men
don't have.
cannot
What
even
we have
fathom.
is power.
Men have
And
power.
that power enables you
I
to
agree
push
with
things very fast. Now, the strength of a woman is the thing that gives her the long suffering to withstand pains that man cannot withstand.
I like that. That's true.
So, the strength of a woman and the power of a man makes the home complete.
Yes.
You see. So, we all have...
And knowing your roles are so important. Like, I know here in America, women hate men do this and women do this, but there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it all. Yeah. Like I said, if you go back and you look at nature, like in every species on the planet, they all have their roles. And it's okay for us as humans to have that kind of balance as well.
Yes. Of course.
That balance is needed. Yes. Balance is needed. And most times there isn't any balance. That's why so much in our lives are chaotic. There's chaos. That balance is needed. And I have never felt the peace that I feel today because that balance was missing.
Yes, of course. If you want to know who you are as a woman, study the earth. Like the sand, the earth. So you take a seed, you put it into the earth, you close it. After a while, the earth gives you a sprout. Now, when the earth gives you sprout, over time, the earth nurtures that little sprout to become a tree. And then over time, that little tree will become a forest and give you fruits and food. That is what a woman is. So if you don't accept that responsibility and because you think that nature or cultures have relegated you to the background, it is a problem. You understand? It creates imbalance in the cosmos. It creates a lot of imbalance in the cosmos, and it affects on the long run, because everything is chain reaction. It on the long run affects the men. How does it affect the men? Because it now makes you a single mother that will now train a man. In my place, they say that nwoke nwaanyị ịzụrụ can never be compared with a man trained by a man.
That's a topic for another day.
That's another topic for another day.
So we have several topics that we will bring to you guys. But we at least wanted to come, introduce ourselves, give an intro video. I think this was a great start. Our spirit led us to do this. So here we are. We hope that you guys enjoy this channel and that everything that we share is helpful to you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to bring you guys more videos, more content that will hopefully help you guys have a successful and happy relationship if that is truly your desire. Peace be with you guys, and we'll see you guys on our next video.
Peace out. Okay.